Hello, 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 hello. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and wherever you are listening from, all across the world. This is Dr. Mukund, aka the Road Up, Dr. M. Rider, whatever it suits you. But here I am. Welcome back to this episode of Healing Series of Rebuilding Trust in Yourself. This is the healing series, and today we are on the episode 9, which I call it Rebuilding Trust in Yourself. Before we begin, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. It truly means a lot to see this series reaching people from different parts of the world. I don't take that lightly, by the way. I'm very grateful for every single listener who chooses to spend these moments with me by listening in whichever platform you prefer to listen. I'm very grateful for you all. Now, if you're here today, chances are you have reached a point in life where you don't fully trust yourself the way you used to. Maybe you question your decisions, maybe you second guess your instincts, maybe you feel disconnected from your inner voice. And if that's you, you are not broken. You're just a human being on this planet. And more importantly, you are actively trying to heal yourself. And that's the greatest thing. So, what does self trust really means? Let's just understand what trusting yourself actually means. Self trust does not mean you're always right. It does mean you will never make mistakes, and it does not mean life will always work out smoothly as well. So, what does it actually means then? Self trust means you stand by your intentions even when the outcomes are uncertain. It means you listen to that quiet inner voice, the one that whispers when life screams. We all been there, everyone knows that. And you can listen to that voice only when you chose to sit in silence and deep down listen to yourself. Yeah. Most people don't usually lose trust in themselves overnight. They lose it slowly, like one step at a time, kind of a thing. It happens every time you ignore your intuition, every time you stay somewhere you knew you should have left that place long time ago, every time you say yes when your body is screaming no, actually, and over time something happens. Yeah, you stop literally asking yourself what you actually want, and you start asking others what you should do. That's where self trust begins to erode. That's the root cause. So, how self trust breaks? Let's just get into it a little bit so that we can understand much better. Let's talk about how self trust actually breaks, because awareness is the first step to healing. And self trust breaks usually through self abandonment, which simply means you abandon yourself when you prioritize others' comfort over your own boundaries. You seek validation instead of alignment to your own goals. You tolerate disrespect just to avoid loneliness, maybe in your relationships. Your silence, your truth to keep the peace. These are few examples of your self abandonment. And slowly, very quietly, you send yourself a message that my feelings don't matter anymore. Yeah, the more times you do that, the harder it becomes to hear your own inner voice. And I know majority of the people been there, done that, seen this. And if you are listening to this right now at this point of time, I'm pretty much sure you are at that point in your life. Don't worry, you will get through this slowly but surely, one step at a time. Keep doing the inner work, you will get through this. So, eventually, you don't even trust your own judgment anymore. You doubt yourself even when you are absolutely right, right? And here is the painful truth that everyone avoids. Most people aren't afraid of actually failing, they are afraid of trusting themselves again and getting hurt. I'll repeat this because this is the most people will fall under. So here we go. Most people aren't afraid of failing, they are afraid of trusting themselves again and again and getting hurt. If you've been there, if you have been there, I see you very clearly. And I know it's very hard. Losing trust in yourself hurts more than losing trust in others, isn't it? Because you still have to live with yourself every single day. So, how do we tackle this? We start to rebuild, literally rebuilding our trust step by step. Now, I'll explain you a little bit so you will understand. So, what I mean rebuilding, I want to be very clear here. Rebuilding self trust is not dramatic thing. It's not loud. It's not something you announce on social media. It's basically very quiet, very boring, but it is incredibly powerful. So I'll divide into few steps so that you can follow it. Step 1, start with small promises. Like just say, stop making big promises to yourself where you will fail inevitably. Instead, start with very small. Like for example, if you say you will wake up at certain time, just do it and wake up at certain time. If you say you will go for a walk, just go, do it. If you say you'll stop texting someone, then stop texting someone. Just do it. And trust me, this is the hardest part to do when you are going through the process. And self trust is rebuilt slowly when your actions starts matching your words. Not once, not twice, but consistently. Even every small promise kept is a message to your nervous system saying that you can rely on yourself again. Like I am telling myself I can rely on myself again. That is the most powerful thing you're gonna achieve by doing small things that you said to yourself and you take accountable for yourself. That you're gonna do it no matter what. And that's what slowly builds self trust on yourself. That's step 1, right? Let's dive into step 2. This is the little hard part, but you can still do it. Learn to sit with discomfort. Most people lose self trust because they run actually from the discomfort. So basically, what they do, they distract, they numb themselves, they avoid. Healing requires you to stay with yourself. I can give you a few examples what they mean they distract. Some people they just don't want to sit with their own thoughts or own thought process that they are going or carrying in their head. So what they do, they distract with alcohol, tobacco, etc. They numb themselves by taking some drugs, some substance abuse, etc. Or they moreover keep themselves completely busy and pretend like this problem doesn't exist. They completely avoid it. But this is not how you heal. So, healing requires you to basically stay with yourselves in silence and acknowledge you have all the problems. You don't need to tell anyone, by the way. You just need to be aware of your own self. Yes, I know sometimes your own family will not support you for sharing all these things outside. So, you can keep it with yourselves, but as long as you are aware of your own situation, you are on the way to heal your own wounds. So healing requires you to stay with the sadness you go through, stay with the uncertainty you go through, and stay with the silence. These are the battles you need to go through all by yourself. No one's gonna be there. I know this is brutally very, very hard, but you don't need to fix everything immediately. Sometimes, healings looks like sitting with your feelings without trying to escape them. That's how emotional resilience is actually built, right? That's where you are finally going to come at a point you slowly build emotional resilience. You will slowly get there, but in order to get there you definitely need to face everything. And trust me, you will be all alone in the process. And the number of people who's going to support you is going to be almost single digits or absolutely no one. This is a process where you have to face few things all by yourself. Most part. But if you really cannot do that, you can maybe there is a high chance you can meet your therapist, a good one who has the knowledge of doing what they are doing. I prefer a board certified one though. So, yeah, let's move on to step number 3, choosing your own alignment over others' approval. This is where it gets brutally hard because rebuilding self trust means saying no without explaining to others, walking away without closure, disappointing others to stay true to yourself. You'll lose a lot of people when you start choosing yourself. That's bound to happen. Don't worry about that. But here is the truth, if anyone who benefits from your self betrayal will definitely resist your healing, and that's okay. You are not here to be liked by everyone, you are here to be aligned with your own inner self. Keep that in mind. And finally, let's make a reflection moment for all of us. I want you to pause for a moment wherever you are. Ask yourself gently, where did I abandon myself? Kindly Don't judge yourself, not to shame yourself. Just observe, okay? And now take a moment to ask, what is the one small way I can show up for myself today? Maybe it can look like you just need to take rest. Maybe it can look like you need to speak up for yourself. Maybe it's time to letting go of something that's draining you a lot. Yeah, one small thing that you do it for yourself can do wonders in long run. Healing doesn't happen in grand gestures. It happens in honest moments like this. Rebuilding trust in yourselves takes time. You won't be confident every single day. You won't feel strong all the time. But every time you choose yourself, even when it's uncomfortable, you heal a little more. Remember this, your intuition never left you, you just stopped listening. And you can always begin again with one decision, one boundary, one honest moment with yourself. This is Road Dog. Keep healing and keep choosing yourself. And I'll see you in the next episode. That's gonna be the final episode of this series of healing. And I would like to thank you all once again for tuning into the Road Dog podcast. I'm Dr. Mukund, aka the M Rider, where I deal with so many things and I share my insights about everything here in the safe, secure space. If you have any suggestions, you can comment in whichever favorite app you are using right now to listen to the Round Dog podcast, as well as you can also listen to me in all major podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more, Amazon Music, YouTube, and YouTube Music as well, and many more. So keep tuning in and share your insights. If you are someone who is going through this journey, kindly comment down your experience. We can have a safe space for discussions, and we can heal all together, one step at a time. But trust me on this, it is going to take time for sure. This is not some magic thing that happens overnight. You gotta be very, very patient with your own self. I know you can, since you are here and listening to this. I am pretty much confident on you. You are doing your best. So keep doing your best, even it doesn't makes a big level of progress. Even a one small step is more than enough in a day. And one step at a time, you can change everything. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is Dr. Mukund signing off.